Boom, 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 boom. It's inflation day. Let's get it. Happy inflation day to all the who celebrate out there. Oh, make or break moment for the markets here. Better hope it's good. We're going to be talking about that, price of Bitcoin, what's going on in stock markets, altcoin ETF updates, lots of stuff to cover. Your questions, second half of the stream. So let's get it. Let's get it, guys. Check this out. Satoshi Flipper shared this. So this is encouraging. The Cleveland Fed is on board with the year-on-year CPI heading lower. They're forecasting a lower than 2.9% reading for the month of February. Now, here's the thing. Last month was 3%. Okay? We're now looking at 2.9% is the general prediction across most of the major banks and stuff like that. This is the Cleveland Fed. The freaking Fed, they're saying it's going to be closer to 2.8%. 2.9%, markets are going to be good. 2.8%, markets will probably really like that. Because what's the big fear right now? Oh, the tariffs, inflation, it's all going to go up and be terrible. This would indicate the opposite. Price of gas is down because oil prices are down. Makes everything, literally everything cheaper. Okay? Eggs are down, man. Orange juice is down. Okay. Interesting. Hey, by the way, do you see their prediction for March, by the way? 2.47%. I mean, shit, guys. Inflation is going in the way we want it to go. Core CPI, CPI, both down. Tomorrow we have PPI numbers. Now, look, the inflation numbers are going to come out in like a couple hours, so we're not going to know them by the end of the stream here. But, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. So watch out for that. Obviously, if it comes in hot, hold on to your butts because the market's going to fucking shit the bed, man. If it comes in cool, I think markets are really going to like that. Hopefully. Maybe nothing's going to stop this runaway doom train, but that in theory should, because one of the big fears right now is around inflation. By the way, the Fed, as always, is way effing behind. Look at this. This is from Trueflation. They saw a huge drop in inflation recently, the drop of oil prices and stuff like that over the last few weeks. They are saying right now, actual inflation in the USA is at 1.35%. The Fed is a few months behind. Very interesting. Now, a little more information from Trueflation here. They say inflation is expected to decline slightly, continuing the trend we predicted in January, but risks are mounting. Tariffs are a big wild card. Trade tensions with China, Mexico, and Canada could add 0.5 to 1% to inflation, making essentials like food, fuel, and housing more expensive, which may end up balancing things out a little bit. You know, if tariffs do increase inflation a little bit, but other factors are bringing inflation back down, maybe not such a big deal. Plus the Canada thing, we got more news on that in a second, but consumers are tapping out. Personal spending fell for the first time since 2021. While savings ticked up, people are afraid right now. Okay, obviously, because everything is going on. High mortgage rates are slowing home sales. Prices keep rising. Rent inflation remains stagnant. Utilities are surging. Markets expect 3 rate cuts in 2025. A March 19th meeting is crucial. The Fed may wait for more signs of cooling inflation before acting. That's right. Between March 19th and I think May 8th or 9th. Oh, that's going to be a long wait, man. Going to be a long wait because that's when the next Fed meeting is. So next Tuesday, Wednesday, we have a Fed meeting, and then it's like 6 weeks, almost 2 months shit between now and the next one. It's been a long wait, man. There's no Fed meeting in April. It means Jerome Powell can come in, cause a bunch of fear, and just walk away for 2 months and let everything melt the F down. We'll see how we go. Anyway. Let's see what happens. Next week, we have our Fed meeting. So hopefully that's going to be a good Fed meeting where he's going to not be overly hawkish. And I don't expect a rate cut, but we're probably getting our next rate cut in May. Chances are very much climbing right now for rate cuts coming. Okay. Continuing. U.S. gas prices dropping for a third consecutive week, reaching a 4-year low. Good. Job openings, 7.74 million. Now 7.6 million are forecast, previous 7.6. What does this mean? 7 million is the historical average. Print below 7 million would have affirmed recession fears. Companies are hiring. That's what it means. Companies are looking for people to do jobs. Okay? So that means all this sort of fear that has built up around a massive unemployment crisis. I mean, there's 7.7 million jobs. People, their companies looking to hire people. Now, are those super high quality jobs, super high paid jobs? I mean, look, I know all the art degree folks want to go and like be managers and CEOs of companies, but those jobs aren't necessarily available. There is a lot of jobs coming out there. Okay. An arts degree. Well, not an arts, it's the faculty of the arts. I got a political studies degree and with minors in French and Spanish. The languages are the best part of it. Learned enough about politics in my master's degree program to realize F this crap, basically. Because why the heck would I want to do that? Crazy shit. Anyway, Bitcoin's way cooler, man. Way cooler. Let me tell you that. Anyway, continuing. Look at this. Guys, come on. The tariff stuff's going to blow over. It's going to be a big nothing burger in the end. There's going to be more free trade. Trump's just alpha mogging everyone, forced them to submit. You had the was the governor of Ontario yesterday who was going to I'm going to put a bunch of energy tariffs on, and then Donald was like, no. And then he's like, I guess I'm not putting energy tariffs on anymore. Shit. And I guess he's flying into Washington, D.C. today to bend the knee, kiss the ring. Anyway, Trump considers cutting Canada tariffs because, of course, they're going to, man. They just want to renegotiate the damn trade deal. That's what it comes down to. And America holds all the damn cards. Now, look, to not get too deep in the weeds on macroeconomic policy here, the reality is Canada needs the USA a lot more than the USA needs Canada. At the end of the day, there's a lot more reliance of GDP from the Canadian economy on the American economy versus the other way around. So, of course, the Canadians will have to make a deal. The tariff fears will blow over. Okay, Mexico's going to be forced to make a deal too. Xi Jinping's flying to so when the Canadians, the Mexicans have made a deal, that's going to reverse most of these big problems. The EU is going to have to make some kind of deal as well, and China will eventually end up making a deal too. In fact, Xi Jinping's flying to meet with Trump in Washington in June, which is quite a ways away. But if Canada and Mexico get resolved between now and let's say the start of April or something like that, not a big deal. Okay, China will sort itself out. It's not worth blowing up the global economy for some trade disputes over certain minerals and steel and shit like that between the USA and China. Okay. Not to say the market will agree with me, but that's my opinion. Trump says he doesn't see a recession. No recession coming, guys. That's according to the man in charge. Is he going to be right? I have no idea. But right now, I think there's just a big growth scare going on. Markets are panicking. Okay. And look, probably a pretty necessary correction for stocks, just basically up only for a wild amount of time. But Trump says he doesn't see a potential recession, which is, as Coin Mama points out, a pretty damn big deal because on Sunday he did that interview with Fox News or somebody, and he's like, I could see, basically, recession might happen. Now it's like, no, we're not. Just to screw with you guys. Ain't gonna be a recession. Okay, great. Thanks, Don. Heisenberg observation. Today is the first time that all four major indices, that's for the stock markets, daily RSI are trading below 30 simultaneously since September 2022. Right where it was the bottom. Has all of this just been a big growth scare? Just a big growth scare. Things aren't actually that bad. Tariffs are not actually that big of a deal. Stock market's going to be fine. Just a normal correction, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, let's see. S&P 500 now pushed into official correction territory yesterday, just a little bit below 10%. 10% is official correction, 20% official bear market for the indexes. Finished the day around 9.3%. MACD, of course, still very strongly trending down, but that can reverse pretty damn quickly. As you can see back here, huge downtrend, very quick reversal. So let's see how that plays out. Again, any positive news can easily start reversing the markets here. This the NASDAQ. NASDAQ peak to trough right now, 12.8%. Now, there's a very important statistic that I want to share with you, and I shared this with you the other day. I'm going to remind you of it today, and that's this, is that from the point that the NASDAQ loses its 200-day moving average, if it closes less than 3.5%, so 2.5% down under the 200-day, within the next 2 weeks, there will not be a bear market. If it closes more than 3.5% down, so let's say 5% down within the first 2 weeks of losing the moving average, every single time there's been a bear market. Okay. Now, obviously, it's not just because it's happened in the past, doesn't mean it's going to happen in the future. Let's see what plays out. But that historically has been the trend. Now, will cooling inflation data, cooling tensions around tariffs, that can be enough to bounce the NASDAQ back up? Let's see. Let's see, guys. But there's the stats for you, okay? Currently, it's down 4.29% under the 200-day moving average. So let's see what plays out over the next 2 weeks, basically. We got the Fed meeting next week, and it's all going to determine where we're going, okay? Bitcoin right now just sitting below the 200-day simple moving average. Now, if we retake that in the not-so-distant future, let's go. Let's go, okay? So let's keep an eye on that. All right. Hey, guys, if you are trading these cryptocurrency markets, by the way, check out BitUnix. Great place to be trading crypto coins, guys. Whether you are wanting to long, whether you're wanting to short, because guess what? This might be made in any market condition, okay? I know once you get over the panic of seeing the big drop happen, you can actually clear your mind and say, hey, actually, I can make money shorting. I can make money longing the bounces, all that kind of stuff. Check out BitUnix. You can do all that stuff over there. You can long, you can short, have a good time. No KYC, no VPN, meaning anybody anywhere can use BitUnix. All you have to do is click on the link down below. You get $10 for free when you sign up. Plus, you get up to 20% deposit bonus. So if you deposit $1,000, you get $200 back, and up to $2,000 in trading rewards. So the more you trade, the more money you get back. Pretty damn cool. Go check it out. Link down below. Continuing. This one is from Colin Talks Crypto. Now, this is looking at different ways to analyze the global M2 versus Bitcoin supply. So essentially, he says this is about the 105-day shift forward, 75-day shift forward, and 45-day shift forward. Okay, interesting. So you can see the highest correlation here is actually a 105-day shift, about a 3.5-month lead time for global M2 versus the price of assets. And this is not just about Bitcoin. It's not just about dog coins. This relates to Tesla. Overlay the global M2 supply with the price of Tesla or other big tech stocks. It's the rising tide that lifts all boats. 83% correlation on average for Bitcoin with M2 trends. Okay? Now, on each chart, the level of mathematical correlation is displayed in different time frames, 30, 90, 60 days, whatever. Mass is 105 days, actually the most accurate. Implications, 105-day shift chart says the run-ups happen in the beginning of May, which, of course, is when the next Fed meeting, I mean, could it really be that crazy? Now, look, there's variations. It's not perfect, okay? It's not perfect. You cannot just say it's definitely this amount of days, it's definitely that amount of days. But on average, you're looking between 2 to 3 months, sometimes as soon as 6 weeks. Okay, it's not a perfect correlation, but very much the correlation is that when the money supply increases, when there's dramatic upturns in the money supply, usually risk assets follow up. So whether that's going to be the end of March, end of April, it's coming. Okay, and there's a lot of things that line up around, like the end of April, for example, because you have the Fed meeting coming up at the start of May. You have altcoin ETF approvals at the end of April, stuff like this, okay? Tariffs will be probably a forgotten topic by then. Bitcoin on the weekly here, by the way, still looking okay, guys. Still looking okay. Yeah, we could have a dump down, especially if we have hot inflation news or any. Oh, by the way, war in Ukraine potentially ending soon. They got the Ukrainians to agree to a 30-day ceasefire. They have to get the Russians to agree to a 30-day ceasefire now. So this is incredibly good for Europe, for markets, for humanity. So fantastic. That, of course, will make people less fearful. World War III is not going to happen. Still have to get the Russians to agree to the ceasefire. But anyway, there we are. That's where we are right now. So it's okay. Bitcoin bounced off the 50-week EMA, critical line. We've bounced off there already a couple times during this market cycle. Lose that, probably lights out. If it's anything more than just a weekly candle close under the 50-week EMA. Go find something to do for a while, guys, I guess. Take up a hobby, get a girlfriend or something. Anyway, Senator Cynthia Loomis said President Trump is with us on her Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act. She reintroduced this into the Senate today. She's got 6 co-sponsors for it. So literally, Cynthia Loomis is proposing to buy 1 million freaking Bitcoin. And President Trump is on board with it. Now, he's already tasked Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, with finding budget neutral ways to raise money for buying Bitcoin. That could be selling gold. That could be selling part of the strategic cheese. $4.5 billion strategic cheese reserve, guys. Yes, America has a strategic cheese reserve. It's mostly about supporting dairy farmers. But anyway, that's some crazy shit. Strategic grain reserve, all this stuff can be sold off, even just selling 1% of the gold or revaluing the gold. There's a lot of things that they can do, sell down the special drawing rights, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? A lot of stuff going on here. But it's coming. Okay? That bill's back in the Senate. David Bailey said implementation of the strategic Bitcoin reserve executive order is far tighter than the markets anticipate. Timeline measured in days or weeks, not months or years. The admin is moving at the speed of tech and acting with urgency. Very cool. I dig it. David also, by the way, is CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. This dude knows shit. Okay. He's super connected. He doesn't spread BS rumors. He's got insider information. Okay. So, given that China already has 100,000 plus Bitcoin head start, given the United States is still weeks out, best case from having even the capability to buy Bitcoin, my fears wake up tomorrow to China bidding Bitcoin in size and the U.S. permanently loses their ability to catch up. National imperative. True. We know the Chinese already have about 200,000 Bitcoin, potentially. So we know they're having closed doors meetings about it right now. There's been a lot of rumors coming out of China about a thawing towards crypto markets, especially because of what the Americans are doing. David Bailey's got insider info that they're having closed doors meetings last week about a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So if the Chinese wake up and decide to do this, holy crap. Now, they're probably not going to announce anything. They're going to start accumulating. So if we start seeing a big anonymous buyer in the markets, it's China, baby. Crazy stuff. And of course, then they'll announce, hey, by the way, we bought 1 million Bitcoin, guys. We now have a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Eat it, America. Oh, really? Guys, are we really going to have nation states competing to buy our Bitcoin? That's nuts. Oh boy, all right, gotta keep going. $1.5 trillion asset manager filing for an XRP ETF. Great. Good stuff. Except the SEC just decided to delay decision on multiple crypto ETFs, including Solana ETFs, XRP ETFs, Litecoin ETFs, and Dogecoin ETFs. Now, there's a 45-day delay, so essentially now they have to deny, approve, or delay at the end of April. I think they can only delay 2 times, then they have to make a decision on it. So, look, very interesting. End of April, so much confluence between M2 and the upcoming Fed meeting, and probably another reduction in inflation in the middle of April. Okay, we're going to probably get a reduction in inflation today, another reduction in inflation in the middle of April. If the Atlanta Fed's onto it, then we're going down to 2.5%, which is damn near the Fed's target, raising probably dramatically increasing the chance that we're going to get multiple rate cuts this year. So everything's lining up. You just have to survive, guys. Unless, of course, the NASDAQ closes the next 2 weeks more than 3.5% down, which point is probably over. Different conversation. Different conversation. Anyway, continuing. That's interesting. XRP. Look at this. This is a 4-hour chart, actually. You can see it's 4-hour downtrend. We've had 3 attempts now to retake the 20-period 4-hour EMA. I keep trying to trade the breakout, not waiting for the damn thing to confirm, and I got to keep getting stopped out. It's probably going to blast out here one of these. Dude, if the CPI comes in, cool, 2.9 or 2.8 as the Atlanta Fed thinks it could, then some of these things are going to have a nice pop, my guess. So, I don't know. I got stopped out twice today on this trade. It's going to go lick my wounds, I think, but it's probably going to go up anyway, man. Luke says, you can't get a good girlfriend if you're broke. Of course you can, man. That's not the right mindset, my dude. In fact, it's even better to get a good girlfriend when you're broke. My previous good girlfriend became my good wife, and I met her when I was an English teacher. And you want to talk about being a broke ass, be an English teacher. That's one thing, man. Holy crap. Anyway, besides the point. Anybody can get a nice girlfriend, okay? It's possible. I believe in you guys. price of Solana. Solana here on the downtrend. It does, I think the most exciting thing right now, obviously, we have the ETF narrative for XRP. We have the ETF narrative for Solana. We have the ETF narrative for Dogecoin, for Litecoin. Okay, these are likely to be the first 4 coins after Bitcoin and Ethereum to get ETFs. I'd be blown away if they're just like randomly, just do Hedera hash graph. I mean, shit, okay, great. But that probably comes in the summer or a bit later in the year. These 4 are going to be the next ones. Okay. And there's a lot of narrative around that, especially if markets can improve, especially if inflation goes down, the war ends, all that kind of stuff. Tariff fears reduce. There's a lot of things that can turn sentiment in this market very quickly. I know right now markets have been shit. I'm here. I understand. I'm with you guys. Okay. But that sentiment can change real fast. Now, you either believe that this is a growth scare, a temporary hiccup in the markets, things are going to recover in the not so distant future, or it's absolutely fucking over and it's new Great Depression and we're not going to have a new all-time high in anything for 4 years. Lark gave her extra lessons. Actually, she's an English teacher too. We met at an English teacher party. Continuing. Anyway, bullish RSI daily divergence here on Solana. Definitely something to watch out for here, okay? Be keeping an eye on that. Litecoin has been showing a lot of weakness recently, to be honest, hanging out around $90 right now. Yeah. Really want to get back up above the 200-day EMA here, purple line on the chart. That I think is critical right now for Litecoin. Drop out of that range. It's generally relatively bearish vibe. We do at least have the oversold RSI as some kind of hopium there, but really need to get back above there. Again, I still think there's a good trade thesis on this around the ETF, much like there's a Solana. But right now, not looking super hot. Okay. Hydrate, my friends, hydrate. Okay. Bitcoin being bought by countries. You have to ask yourself why. I think the more important question to ask, not why, but why not? And why is it taking so long? No, really, this is, what's the most important technology in the world right now? It's not Bitcoin, obviously. It's not even artificial intelligence. It's the fucking internet. Okay? Everything is online. Everything is online. Our existence is wildly tied to our computer screens, which is depressing, but also enlightening. Anybody can make money anywhere. It's beautiful. So why not own the native internet money? Now, I don't think that necessarily countries should be stockpiling or buying strategic reserves of Ethereum or XRP or Cardano or Dogecoin or any of that kind of stuff. But Bitcoin is the one unique asset, truly unique asset in this space. Not to say it's the only one that has value. And that's not what I'm saying at all. But it is a truly unique asset. It is digital gold. And if countries are stockpiling gold, why not stockpile some Bitcoin? I mean, think about it. Whoever's the earliest movers on this can get huge amounts of Bitcoin at still, for countries, reasonable prices. I mean, imagine this. You go to China and say, hey, China, Bitcoin's going to have the same market cap as gold someday, but it's trading at 1/10 of that value right now. So it'd be like going in and saying, hey, would you guys like to buy gold at $300 an ounce, knowing that it's going to be $3,000 an ounce in the future? They'd say, oh, yeah, of course, we'll take a shit ton of that quietly before anybody else catches on that we're doing it. If you think that digital gold is a real thesis and that it has a future as an asset, then the proposition for countries to accumulate becomes quite obvious. There's a reason why countries are doing that, why they are front running this. Okay, continuing. Everything is in a downtrend. Video ends. Well, this is true. This is true. Everything is in a downtrend currently. Until it isn't. When that comes, we will find out. It's important to stay abreast of the news, keep an eye on what's going on, all that kind of stuff. English teacher party. No, true story, man. English teacher party. Bunch of nerdy English teachers hanging out. It's as nerdy and silly as you think it was. I think we played Cards Against Humanity. It's a good time. Crypto's still a sleeping giant in terms of most people get rich while you can, dudes. Amen to that. Plus, the technological unemployment crisis is coming. I keep talking about it, guys, but there'll be something that goes on here, but it's truly terrifying when you really start thinking about it. Likely, we are going to be in a situation in 5 to 10 years where hundreds of millions of people lose their jobs. It will be the new Great Depression. Not quite yet, though. We're not there technologically yet. We're not there, but we will be soon. Artificial intelligence and humanoid robots are going to absolutely replace more jobs. And there will be a huge adjustment period. And that'll be that Great Depression. So you've got 5 years maybe to try to get as rich as possible before everything changes. You got to be ready. Okay. And let that sentiment light a fire under your butt to make sure you guys are doing everything possible to succeed in these markets. Okay. Extract money out, take money, put it in something. Okay. People are still going to need places to live. Things are still going to have value. Okay. But it's going to be a lot harder to have, going to be a lot of people need to be retrained. UBIs are going to come. I don't even know where the heck it's going to go, but that's my general thought. Maybe I'll be totally wrong on that, but geez Louise, you can certainly see why, problematic. Lark, I assume you got stopped down the Litecoin trade. I did, but then I re-entered it. I don't know. Should have just left it at 100 and stayed out when until it came back up to 100. But still in it. Don't know. We'll see. If it keeps showing a lot of weakness, I might exit out of it again. I'm pretty fluid with my Litecoin and Solana positions right now. I look at them as trades. So if I think that the market's going to absolutely go to shit, I'll just cut and reassess later, re-enter. It's fine. I'm okay with losing a couple of percentage points and can re-enter. It's all good. Anyway, see how it plays out. Is that a 10-gallon baseball hat? It's a big one, that's for sure. It's because it's got the lasers in it. Lasers, man. It'll be worthless if the USA owns it all. Well, they're not going to own it all. That's the thing. That's the thing. The USA won't end up owning it all because whether you like it or not, and I know the market's been silly and there's been a lot of fear, particularly in equity markets. We probably would have sold off anyway. Donald Trump didn't come out and say, we're going to take $1 trillion and buy Bitcoin tomorrow. He doesn't have that kind of power. The executive's got a lot of power, but they can't just go willy-nilly spend a whole bunch of money on Bitcoin. But the fact that he started a strategic reserve, that they're going to be moving the Bitcoin that the government currently has over to the Treasury, it starts an arms race for Bitcoin. Again, to go back to, if America found out tomorrow that the Chinese were accumulating a bunch of this new metal called gold and they didn't have any, what do you think the Americans would do? They'd probably try and get some damn gold, right? Similar situation. China, Switzerland, Japan, South Korea, India, Brazil's already on board. Brazil's looking at a strategic Bitcoin reserve, right? Okay. All these countries are going to look and go, shit, the Americans are doing it. I guess we should too. We don't want to be last. Okay. Continuing. Lark would look like the happy emoji if he was bald. Bald is beautiful, Lark. Nothing wrong with being bald. It's gonna come. Okay, it's gonna come, but I'm just going to avoid that for a while. Okay, what time is it? What time is it in the USA? Oh no, it's another hour till inflation data comes out. I'm gonna go to the pool with the kids here in a few minutes. Enjoy myself. Robots will never be humanoid. We are at peak AI retard level. Klaus, I mean, what the fuck are you talking about, my dude? Go and look at the robots that Figure is doing. Go and look at the robots that Tesla's doing. I'm not saying human skin and stuff. That's probably decades or more away. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about robots that are in the shape of a person that can walk, talk, and do shit. Whether that is digging ditches, whether that is delivering your mail, whether that is cleaning your house, watching your kids, doing your gardening, or a million other things, working in factories, working in dangerous steel mills, working in slaughterhouses. Slaughterhouse, man, it's going to get dark, man. Machines just going to be there killing you. Anyway, They're already here, dude. Go look, go watch the videos. If you have not seen these, man, they're already here. They're coming for you. Watch out. No, but seriously, these things are crazy, man. It's part of the reason why I bought some Tesla stocks yesterday. I was like, shit, it's down 50% or whatever. Screw it, I'll buy some because Tesla robots are going to be awesome. Continuing. Lark just say digging ditches or digging bitches. Wow. Those humanoid robots, man, watch out. They're coming. They're going to take all the women, man. They're coming for them. Nobody wants creepy robots, my friend. I think you are in the extreme minority, Klaus. But I welcome your opinion. Please, I welcome your opinion. Don't take me wrong, man. 100%, these robots are going to be more popular than you can imagine. Not saying people don't want humanoid robots is like saying people don't want to have iPhones. Everybody's that can afford to have one is going to have one. I would buy one immediately. Well, maybe not immediately. I don't know. First versions of them. I worry we have small kids in the house. If it falls over or something, obviously that's a problem. When the kids get a bit older, 5 years from now, I might not be the first one to own a humanoid robot, but I certainly would buy one. And you could definitely see, like, have it clean your house, man, all that kind of stuff. It'd be great. It's like a dishwasher, but, you know, with more functionality. Robots will never be humanoid. That's racist. It's a robotist, man. It's robotist. Don't be a robotist, guys. Ask your wife. Klaus, of course she wants one, my dude. Who would not want one? Who would not? Again, you're welcome to your opinion, but I believe you're wrong. I think people are going to absolutely be crazy about these. You bought Tesla LMAO. Yeah, I did. Why would I don't even understand why that's funny. Tesla's a great company. It's at a 50% discount. If it goes down 50% more, I'll buy some more. Why the heck not? I like Teslas. I drive Tesla cars. Okay, I've got a Model X. I fucking love it. And I like Elon Musk. Why wouldn't I buy Tesla? Seriously, if you tuned out of AI and robotics for just a couple of years, you're woeful. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It took our jobs. If the feds don't cut rates, well, I mean, not next week, Charlie. I think no one's expecting the Fed to I think the Fed is expecting no one's expecting the Fed to cut next week. Okay, just get that out of here. But the Fed's going to cut in May, most likely. Okay. Don't buy Tesla stock, dude. Your morality is worth. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Your morality is worth more than gains. I mean, this whole anti-Elon thing has been crazy recently. Plus, Tesla's more than Elon. Okay, he's the front man of the company. Dudes, have you seen the Tesla robots? Do you understand? Have you driven a Tesla car? Do you understand the full self-driving technology is coming? Look, it's not the number one thing in my portfolio by any means, but I bought a few bucks worth of Tesla. Shaw from Eliza OS already talking about human robots as their future products. There's still hope for my bags. People hate Elon because they're told to. Elon's a genius, man. Elon is a damn genius. Plus, his cars are awesome. Come back to the USA and you will see, bud. I'm just going to enjoy driving my car. How about that? And buying stock for one of the most innovative companies in the world. You guys don't have to. I'm just sharing my opinion, what I do. As always, I'm not here to tell you guys what to buy. I'm not here to tell you guys what to sell. But I will share my opinions on the stuff that I am buying and selling. I don't hate Elon, but Tesla stock has more downside. I would not be surprised. But if it does, I will be a buyer there too. Need crypto to pump soon. Girlfriend losing patience. Oh no. Teslas are garbage. I love my Tesla, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely love Tesla. Tesla's awesome. Love mine too. Agreed. Elon is an alien. He feels like it sometimes. How's that guy get so much done in a single day? It's crazy. Do you understand the family and lives being affected by Elon's takeover of the United States? I mean, we're getting off in the weeds here now, guys. Look, the Department of Government Efficiency is an interesting experiment, right? We'll see how it all plays out. I think people are probably overreacting a little bit to the whole situation. We've seen people have been burning Teslas and throwing, burning down, slashing people's tires and all. Like, man, y'all need to chill out, man. How's the CPI? I think we got another hour to go. Don't politicize everything. Yeah, man, you can just invest in companies and not have to agree with every bit of the politics of the CEO. Ever been to Australia? I have been to Australia many times, probably 5 or 6 times. Having lived in New Zealand for most of my life, it's a place you go frequently. I love Australia. Big fan of traveling there. But I'm not a huge Vegemite or Marmite fan, to be honest. I find them to be not the most pleasant flavor in the world. My wife likes it, though. We're here to win in crypto. Amen to that, guys. Amen to that. That is what we're here for. That's the thing. You start talking about stuff, and I get a lot of criticism for you're riding Trump's dick or whatever. Guys, he's the current sitting president of the United States, and he's brought in one of the most pro-crypto administrations ever in the history of the world, anywhere. Okay? I should just ignore that. Let's not talk about strategic Bitcoin reserve. Let's not talk about the end of Operation Choke Point 2.0 or the repeal of the anti-banking laws or the stablecoin bills or anything because, Donald Trump's bad, which I don't agree with, by the way. But guys, I know it's easy, especially if, you're sort of trapped in that echo bubble of, one side's. It's really become a situation in America where the two parties look at the other side as Hitler and everything they do is fascism, which is a difficult situation to be in because it's definitely not the case. Anyway, we are looking at some of the biggest, literally the biggest economy in the world. The most powerful person in the world is on Bitcoin's side. Now, we don't need that for Bitcoin to succeed, obviously. But the fact that Donald Trump and Larry Fink and all these other people are big on Bitcoin, it's massive. And I've been saying this for years, and it's amazing to see now the sitting president of the United States agree with my sort of thought, is that America should be the crypto capital of the world. They should be. Why wouldn't they be? The Biden regime made a pretty critical mistake by trying to push the industry out for so long. They're years behind. Okay, continuing. 1 or 2 more questions. We'll finish up here, guys. As a Canadian, I have certain words to describe, and they aren't very nice. They're threatening my sovereignty and all, I think it's interesting. And if you look at the art of the deal, I think Trump's just trying to alpha mod Canada into a free trade deal, essentially, because of all the tariffs and stuff like that. I don't think they really want Canada to be the 51st state. That'd be hilarious if it did happen, though. It's all about, I was thinking about this yesterday, and everybody thinks, it's about the oil and it's about the fentanyl. Oh, no, guys, this is a long, multi-decade play by the American maple syrup cartels. Okay, they're taking you guys out. Okay, everyone knows you have the best damn maple syrup in the world. The people in Vermont, they can't stand it, and they've been slowly lobbying the government. You're up against big maple syrup money here, buddy. Okay, you got to watch out. Canada's in trouble. Okay, continuing. Peace and love to everybody, guys. Jokes aside, peace and love to everybody. It's really easy to get bogged down because in these sort of conversations, people have very strong opinions one way or the other. Okay. At the end of the day, what do we want? We want our crypto coins to go up, and we should welcome any allies we can get in that situation. Okay, this is an industry that has been maligned and shit on for years by banks and governments around the world, and that tide is shifting in the biggest way you can possibly imagine right now, partially led by the changing attitudes in America. Okay, ETH thoughts, please. Okay, we're gonna finish up with this one. ETH thoughts, please. ETH, brutal. Look, let's see how the next day plays out. What you do not want to see happen, okay? Here's the thing. We were talking about this in our Discord group today. If ETH drops under $1,800, it's gonna get fucking hammered. Okay, why do I say that? Because there is a dude who's got about $150 million worth of ETH in a loan that's got a liquidation level at 1782. That gets hit, and you're going to have a huge liquidation into relatively thin books at that point, which could push the price down to around $1,500 in a pretty short amount of time. So ETH needs to fall by like 6 or 7% to hit that dude's liquidation level. Now, he topped it up by another $30 million the other day, but nobody has infinite money, man. Nobody has infinite money. Even if you're a billionaire, are you really going to go like, well, I guess I'll put another $50 million of collateral down? Maybe, if you have it. Who the hell are these people? Who the hell has $150 million worth of Ethereum? Like, dude, just, and why? Just, I don't know, man. Like, what? Anyway. Fuck. Some people have more money than sense. If ETH loses $1,800, I think there's a good short opportunity down to around $1,500. Okay, because of that liquidation level. Something to watch out for if markets turn. If inflation comes in hot, that's potentially a trade to watch out for. We're gonna finish up there, guys. You guys are freaking awesome. Thanks so much for today's conversation. I love all you guys. We'll see you back tomorrow. Stay positive. Okay, crypto's not going anywhere. Money will be made. See you next time.